Welcome to the Bookkeeping for Farmers using QuickBooks video series. This video was developed by the Center for Land-Based Learning with funding and support from California FarmLink and USDA Risk Management Agency. In this video, we will talk about how to create invoices in QuickBooks. Creating an invoice is not a trivial matter. There is a fair amount of thinking and planning that needs to take place beforehand. In later videos, we will go into more detail on how to use QuickBooks to track your sales by individual product. But for now, you're going to learn the very basic way to create an invoice. You first have to decide how you will track your income by creating appropriate income accounts that suit your business's needs. In this model chart of accounts, we provide you with income accounts by type of sale, like wholesale sales or farmers market sales. Then you will have to create items to describe your products to be listed in the invoices and link these items to the various income accounts. For example, wholesale farm products should be linked to the income account wholesale sales, and the item restaurant farm products to the income account restaurant sales. Then you will create the actual invoice by listing the various products and descriptions that you deliver to your customer and give or send this invoice to your customer to receive a payment. While you wait for payment, QuickBooks tracks this invoice in an asset account called Accounts Receivables. The model chart of accounts that you have downloaded and that we have been working with includes income accounts that you can use or modify to suit your needs. We already have created expense accounts in an earlier video. Creating income accounts is very similar. From the Chart of Accounts window, click the plus icon to create a new account. Click the pencil icon to modify an existing account. When you're creating an account, make sure the type is income. Name and number the account to follow your numbering system. We have already created expense accounts in an earlier video. Creating income accounts is almost exactly the same. From the chart of accounts, click the plus sign to create a new account. Make sure the type is income. Then proceed as you have for expense accounts. I don't need to create a new account here because, in our case, we have already given you income accounts you can use to track your sales. To modify an account, select the pencil icon. Here you can tweak the name or the number of the account. Let's rename the account On Farm Sales. I want to call it Farm Stand Sales. Add a description or a note if you like. Hit Enter or click OK. And here it is. The list of items that you will use in your business is so particular to your situation and requires so much forethought and experience that we recommend that you work with the most basic of items for the time being. Items can get very complicated and you need to think carefully about your philosophy on what you want QuickBooks to track for you and why. Once you're more fluent in QuickBooks, learn how to use the program well, and learn what your business's needs are, you will want to use items to track your gross sales by individual products. We will go into more detail on this complex topic in later, more advanced videos. Creating items is very similar to creating accounts. To navigate to the items list, you can go to the menu bar, select Lists, then Items. The menu bar again, select Customers, then select Items. The toolbar and click on the Items icon. Or later, when you're more accustomed to QuickBooks, from inside an invoice, under Items, you can start typing the new item's name. QuickBooks will not recognize it and ask you if you want to create a new one. This will not take you to the list of items, but it's a way to create an item quickly on the fly. Once you're in the Items list window, click the plus icon to create a new item, or click the pencil icon to modify an existing item. Make sure the type selected is non-inventory part for your products. Pick a generic item name like farm products. Leave the description blank. That is where you will enter a description of your product. Leave the price blank. You will add a price every time you add a line to an invoice. Link this item to the appropriate income account. To get to the items list, from the menu bar, select List, Items. Or also from the menu bar, select Customers, Item List. Or from the toolbar, click the clipboard icon, Items. Now from here, to create an item, click the plus icon and select New Item. We're going to create an item called Wholesale Farm Products. For type, select Non-Inventory Part. Because this is a product, if you charge for occasional speaker fees, teaching classes, or if you bill your neighbor for disking his field, that is your labor. You would create a separate item for that and select Service instead. But our product is a non-inventory part. Type Wholesale Farm Product. Leave the description blank for now, so you can write a description of your product in the invoice. Leave the price blank, so you can enter the price in the invoice. Link this item to the account Wholesale Sales. Hit Enter or click OK. I have created 4 more items for our list so that we can move on to create invoices together. If you're selling to a restaurant, you need to create and use the item Restaurant Farm Products linked to the income account Restaurant Sales. So when you create an invoice for a restaurant, you will use this item, and the sales from that invoice will be tracked in the income account Restaurant Sales. Likewise, if you sell at a farmer's market, you will use the item Farmer's Market Farm Product linked to the income account Farmer's Market Sales. So all the invoices in which you use the item Farmer's Market Farm Products will track the income in the income account Farmer's Market Sales. Same for Farm Stand and CSA. Notice that the different items are very basic. QuickBooks has the ability to have hundreds of items with which you can track the sale of all of your products individually. But for someone just starting out in QuickBooks or in the early years of farming, we recommend using items in this simplified way. Using them as a general group linked to an income account, like we have shown here, keeps it simple until you work out your own system. Items is such an advanced topic that we will spend a lot of time on it in a later video. Lastly, to modify an item, you have to select it and click the pencil icon. You can make your changes in this Edit Item window. Like in the chart of accounts, you can make an item inactive if it is a product that you have sold in the past but will not have in the future. Here, let's say that we will no longer sell to the CSA market, so I will make this item inactive. Click OK. See how it is grayed out and how I can select View Active Items Only, and it will disappear. There are several ways to get to the Create Invoice window. From the menu bar, select Customers, Create Invoice. From the toolbar, click on the Invoices icon. From anywhere, press Command-I. Once you're in the Create Invoice window, select the customer you want to send the invoice to. Enter the date. Assign an invoice number. Enter a purchase order number if required by your vendor. Select the terms like Due on Receipt or Net 30. Select the item and enter a product description. Enter the quantities sold for each item. Enter the rate, the price of the product. You have a few choices on how to get to the Create Invoice window. From the menu bar, select Customer, Create Invoices. From the toolbar, click on the Invoices icon, or from anywhere, just type Command-I. Now let's create a new invoice. Select the customer from the drop-down menu, or start typing and QuickBooks will autofill. In our case, we're selling to a new customer, the French Laundry. Enter the name, the French Laundry. QuickBooks lets you know that this is a new customer. I will show you how to set up customers properly in another video later on, but for now, select Quick Add. Skip class for now, that is the topic of a more advanced video. Enter the date. Today's date is fine. Accept, or not, the invoice number that QuickBooks assigns for you. I will accept it, so I just tab through. Adjust the client's info if necessary. If we had set up the client properly, we would see the address here, but for now we don't need it. Enter a purchase order number. If your customer has given you one, this will help them match your invoice to their purchase order. Select the terms, like net 30. When we set up the customer properly, we will add all that information, including terms, that will always be associated with this client, and QuickBooks will autofill this field. Now, let's fill out the invoice. This French Laundry, a restaurant, bought mandarins, radishes, eggs, and quinces. Select the item Restaurant Farm Products. In the description, write Satsuma mandarins, case. Quantity 1, rate $25. Now Restaurant Farm Products, radishes, case. Quantity 2, $25. QuickBooks calculates it out to 50. Restaurant Farm Products, eggs, case. Quantity 1, $100 per case. Now, Restaurant Farm Products, quinces, pound, 10 pounds at $4 per pound. QuickBooks calculates it out to 40. Select the customer message if you like. Hit enter or click save. Cancel out. Now double-click on Accounts Receivables, and you will see that the invoice is saved here until it is paid. I have created another invoice for you to show you how to track farmers market sales. It's important that you create an invoice for each farmers market you go to so you have a record of your sales and will later be able to receive payments against this invoice, be it checks, cash, or debit and credit card payments. At this farmers market, which I'm calling Downtown Farmers Market, we have sold eggs, radishes, carrots, butternut squash, and mandarins. One question I get all the time is how to track stall fees. Usually, the market manager stops by during the day and you hand over the stall fee out of your till in cash. To track that, we need to create a new item. Start writing stall fees. QuickBooks does not recognize this item and asks you if you want to create a new one. Click on Setup. Here, select Discount as the type. Discount is a negative item type. Tab to Account and select Account 7017 Farmers Market Sales. Click OK. Click on Items on the toolbar. Here you can see the item we just created, stall fees, which is linked to the expense account 7017 Farmers Market Stall Fees, which in turn is a sub-account of marketing costs. Okay, back to the invoice. You can enter a description, Downtown Stall Fees, enter the amount you paid, $20. See how the item type automatically adds a minus sign in front of the $20? And how the invoice total has decreased by $20? This is how you track farmers market fees directly in the invoice. In the next video, we will talk about how to receive payments and enter deposits.